Hi everybody, welcome back to Mediocre Whiskey Review. I am Jill, your host. Today, we're gonna do 2 mediocre whiskey reviews. Stick around. Alright guys, today I picked up a new bottle today and I was super excited to review it. But then after I tasted it earlier, I decided that, well, I wanted to compare it to another one. So the 2 that we're gonna do today, this is the one that I picked up, it was yesterday I picked it up, but Sagamore Spirits Rye Double Oak. I've been looking for this one for quite some time. I had some at a party earlier in the year, and it was phenomenal. But I believe it was a store pick, so I think it was cask strength. I don't really know. There was a lot of whiskey that night, but I really enjoyed it, so I wanted to get one for myself, and I found this at Total Wine. I think $64.99 is what I gave for it. I think it's close to MSRP. If you have not had a Sagamore Spirit Rye, highly recommend. It is delicious. So they're out of Baltimore, Maryland. It is an MGP. It is distilled in Indiana, but then it is aged in, I'm sorry, it is bottled in Maryland. So they age this for 4 to 5 years, and then they put it in the, I have to check my notes, I'm sorry. Then it's put into the toasted wave stave barrels for 18 months. So the 18 months is what made me realize that I wanted to compare this to something else. So what we're going to compare that to today is the Elijah Craig toasted barrel. Yes, I understand Elijah Craig's not a rye, Sagamore Spirit is. I get it. I don't care. So Elijah Craig is also in the toasted barrel for 18 months, and I'm sure everybody on the planet except me until a little bit ago knows that Elijah Craig is 8 to 12 year. It's just their small batch. And then it's in the toasted barrels for 18 months. So the Elijah Craig is 94 proof, and the Sagamore is 96.6 proof. So I think it's going to be a decent comparison. I have had both recently, but I have not had them obviously side by side. So that's what we're going to do today. So I have 2 glasses. I don't know what's in what. I have stickers on the bottoms that I can't see. Not for any purpose other than I just want to know which one I like better. So we're gonna start sniffing. So the Sagamore, the Sagamore, like I said, I had looked for quite some time, and a friend of mine that was at the party with me had made a comment, and it kind of made a lot of sense, that it may have just tasted so good that night because of the atmosphere. Like, there was a bunch of people around, we were talking whiskey, we were, drinking, having a good time, and then maybe that's why I enjoyed it so much, because I had quite a bit to drink before that. So, maybe it sucks. I don't know. It doesn't suck. But that's a good point. I think it matters in how things taste and how much you enjoy them at certain points, right? So on this one, I get like a little bit of like a licorice type smell. It doesn't put me off. I don't like licorice, but it doesn't smell bad. But it's pretty woody. I don't know if that's the right word to use. So like, yeah, there's definitely some wood. There's almost like a varnish scent, which is kind of off-putting, but I think what I'm getting is the spice. Probably. Well, Let's taste it. So it's definitely, it's very interesting. The palate and the nose are not compatible to me. Obviously, it doesn't taste like varnish, but it does have, it's definitely got the spice. So if I had to guess, and I'm not gonna, because that's not what I do. If I had to guess, I would say this is probably the Sagamore. I have been wrong so many times before, so I'm not even gonna, say that that's true. Now on that one, I got like this buttery toffee. So it punched me in the mouth with the buttery toffee caramel, almost a chocolate, but then here comes that spice. Like, I don't know what my hand's doing. The spice that kind of works really well with the sweet. So the mouthfeel is very good. It's oily. It coats your mouth really nicely. So I'm a fan already. So now I'm gonna try the other one. We're gonna try to do this without making a mess, but who knows? All right. That tastes or smells like a honey graham cracker dipped in caramel. And like lightly toasted marshmallow on top. It's very, very sweet on the nose. So I really hope that it's the same on the palate, but we'll see. It's almost a payday candy bar. Sorry, the peanuts and caramel and nougat. Is there nougat in a payday? I don't really know. I haven't had one for a long time. That is very pleasant. Now on that second sip, I got some spice coming back. It goes in and there's toffee and caramel and like I said, like a payday candy bar, peanuts. There's another note that I can't put my finger on or my tongue on. I don't know. But it's not off-putting. It's very good. But I can't figure out what it is. It's like almond, but an almond dipped in like peanut butter taffy. It's whatever. It is so sweet. So they're both so good. Now the nose on this one. So I don't know if anybody else has. I'm sure lots of people have been doing this a lot longer than I have, and I just have fun with it because when I first started drinking whiskey and bourbon, I could taste nothing but ethanol. So I get a little excited when I like get different notes, something that isn't, you know, ethanol or gasoline or whatever. And I've slowly been getting better and better at picking notes out. And so, I mean, I think I've only been doing this for a couple of years, so maybe 2.5. But I find it super interesting and very fun, and it gives me something to do. But I've noticed that when I drink one whiskey or bourbon, and then I go back to something I've had before, the nose is different, the palate is different, everything is like, it kind of changes the whole thing, because you have, like, you've got this scent and this taste in your mouth right now, and then you're smelling something else. So I think it alters it a little. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Doesn't matter. This one definitely has a little bit more of the oak flavor to it. It's still very sweet, like a Heath bar maybe, or I don't know, something with toffee in it. It's but it's really good. So I'm still gonna stick that I think this one is the Sagamore. And we'll find out in a minute as soon as I take another sip. So this one is probably going to sound really stupid to anybody that knows more about this than me, but this one tastes and feels warmer. Yes, warmer. They're both room temperature. They've both been in the same room side by side with each other. One is not a different temperature than the other, obviously. I think I say that because the spice in this one, while I equate spice with hot, it doesn't give me that like super warm, like hug, like, you know, it just like wraps itself around you and keeps you all nice and toasty warm. And that's kind of what I get from this one. This one is a little bit harsher, for lack of a better word, than this one. But that doesn't mean it's not good. This is very good. That spice is, I don't know. I don't know what it is. That sip there, I almost got like a pepper, like a black pepper, which is super odd, but that's what I tasted, okay? The mouthfeel on this one is definitely smoother, more buttery. It is beyond pleasant, and I'm still gonna guess that this one is the Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel. I have the sticker right here on my finger. As you can see, I took it. It's not. I don't want to tilt it. I'm gonna spill it on my head. So we're gonna see if I'm right. Are you ready? It is the Elijah Craig. I don't know if you can see this as Elijah Craig. But, and I knew that there was going to be a significant difference between this and the Sagamore Spirit, because it is a rye, and I know that. Don't come at me. I'm not that big of an idiot. My only other option to compare to this was going to be the Angel's Envy rye, and I don't think that's a fair comparison. The Angel's Envy rye to me does not taste like a rye. It tastes like pancakes. So I didn't want to bring that up, put that in this little mix up, because I don't think it's fair. And aside from that, I think the only other one that I don't have another toasted barrel rye, but I have the Woodford double oaked, of course, and then my Nulu toasted barrel. Again, none of them are going to compare to this because of the rye factor. And it is an MGP rye, and I'm not a giant fan of ryes anyway because they're spicy, they're hot. Some of them I've found to be really good, but almost none of the MGP rye that I've had do I care for. I don't, maybe it was just the day, maybe it was, you know, just the whiskey, I don't know, doesn't matter. But so they are both super great whiskeys by themselves. Obviously comparing them, one's going to beat out the other. It just depends on your palate, your preferences. A lot of people prefer a rye over a straight whiskey. I'm just the opposite, and that's okay. To each their own, y'all. Like, don't be weird about it. But I appreciate you joining me today. I had some fun. I haven't done a comparison for a while. So yeah, this was a good time. Glad you joined me. Hit the like and subscribe button for me, and you know, do the things and the sharing and the whatever. And then I'll be back next time with another video. But thanks for watching this very mediocre whiskey review. Till next time, cheers.